You're listening to EU Audio. Listen, learn, lead. Reducing the environmental impact of the supply chain. Where do your products come from? Sometimes we only consider how far a product travelled from the warehouse to our front door. However, the journey from raw material to production, storage and delivery can cover several countries and continents, increasing carbon emissions and causing environmental issues. Advancements in technology mean that we can now create complex global supply chains that span multiple continents. As consumer demand increases, companies have to look to new areas for raw materials, production, and how they can deliver to more people. As supply chains span larger areas, they also release more carbon emissions, increasing the negative environmental impact of products. According to a report by McKinsey, more than 90% of damage caused to the environment by consumer packaged goods, CPG companies, comes from the supply chain. As the population grows and the number of global consumers grow, brands must consider how to reduce their environmental impact. McKinsey calculated that CPG companies must cut greenhouse gas emissions by more than 90% to meet current climate change agreements. So how can businesses reduce emissions and still meet the growing demands of consumers? Fewer than 20% of supply chain managers surveyed by McKinsey say they have visibility into sustainable practices in the supply chain. Before making any changes to processes, supply chain managers must invest in technology that can improve visibility. Supply chain managers can invest in tracking technology, such as sensors, barcodes and readers, or radio frequency identification, to collect and relay information. Companies can use the data collected by these trackers to see a product's journey along the entire supply chain. Supply chain managers can then identify any inefficiencies during transport, production, or warehousing that can easily be corrected to improve efficiency and reduce demand on energy or resources. Moving goods across each area of the supply chain by boat, road vehicle, or aeroplane requires large amounts of fuel. Supply chain managers should consider how to improve logistics and transportation involved in the supply chain to reduce emissions. Advancements in electric vehicles and sustainable fuels have the potential to drastically reduce carbon emissions in the future. However, this technology is still in its infancy, so supply chain managers should consider whether there are any changes that they can use now. Route optimization is a quick way to reduce the environmental impact of transport and can also improve efficiency. Investing in GPS devices with artificial intelligence can optimize international, national and local transport routes, choosing optimal times and routes for delivery as well as avoiding congestion or accidents. Supply chain managers can also invest in devices for predictive analytics, using devices to predict the movement of goods from several orders. Managers can then consolidate orders going to different destinations and make sure that every mode of transport is full when it travels, reducing the total amount of fuel used per product. The journey from raw material to final product can involve hundreds of miles and use excessive amounts of fossil fuels that are detrimental to the environment. Supply chain managers can make simple changes in logistics to improve visibility, optimize routes, and reduce the demand on resources that negatively impact the environment. EU Audio is brought to you by EU Automation.